Hello, and welcome back to my TCG Pokemon opening series here on YouTube. Today, I'm going to be opening the brand new BreakThrough expansion, and I'm going to be opening an entire booster box. So that's 36 booster packs. I think I'm going to break this up into 9 booster pack chunks, since I do take my time opening each pack and looking at the cards. So as you can see, it came sealed, but there is a little bit of a rip in the packaging. Go ahead and open this up for you. So this will be my first ever booster box opening, and I'm very glad that I got the chance to. Let's go ahead and set this box up. BreakThrough technically comes out on November the 4th, but Amazon delivered it to me a day early, so that's pretty lucky. So that's how it looks as a full booster box. So the Pokemon featured on front, we have Mewtwo EX and Y. Like most new series that I've opened, I don't like to research too much about what cards are in the set beforehand, but I do know that this set features breakaway cards that you kind of like flip or rotate 90 degrees and place them on top of the Pokemon, and they're kind of like gold colored. So, which side should we go from first? I'll just keep this in the background and then pick out 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll be opening all of these in the first video. That's so many. Okay, just kind of leave this guy back here. So here's the first pack. It looks like it's Houndoom, but I guess he's like the BreakThrough version, or maybe he's a Mega. So let's check out the back here. Parallel Worlds, 2 Paths to Power. An amazing discovery. Pokemon Break Evolution opens a new path to power that builds on a Pokemon's existing strengths and creates all new battling options. These new Pokemon Break come from Twin Worlds, home to Zoroark Break, Mega Mewtwo EX, Mega Mewtwo Y. One world of technology, one world of nature, and all the wonders of Break Evolution are yours to explore in the Pokemon TCG XY BreakThrough expansion. And the BreakThrough actually has 160 cards. That's quite a lot. I'm glad that I got a booster box for this set in particular. So let's go ahead and open up the first pack. First up, we have a Cyndaquil. He looks really cute. He's just on the firewood there, and it looks like his fire is out. He's got 60 HP, tackle for 10, and an ember for 30. Pretty standard. There's a Spritzy for 40 HP. Does flail. This attack does 10 damage times the number of damage counters on this Pokemon, so it can do a maximum of 30 before Spritzy is knocked out. I like how the style of these two cards so far are kind of like pastel or like colored crayons, or I don't know. It's a lot better, I think. I like the traditional media ones rather than the computer graphic style. And we have a Remoraid, 60 HP. His first attack is Wild River. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon, and then Water Gun for 20. And he's weak to grass this time rather than electric Pokemon. So this is Axew, continuing the theme of kind of older style art. And it looks like he has, are those Greppa? Or I forget exactly which type of berry that is. It looks like a dragon fruit though. So this Axew is dragon type, has 60 HP. His first attack here is called Brat Snack. That's kind of interesting. It's kind of funny because there are like kids in the background too. And Dragon Claw for 40, but it requires a steel type, a fighting type, and then whatever other type. Woobat. Again, I don't really like Woobat's design, but this is probably one of the best art Woobats that I've seen so far. At least it doesn't make him look quite so goofy. And he has 60 HP again, kind of a theme in this so far. Odor Sleuth. Flip a coin. If heads, put a card from your discard pile into your hand, and then Psyshot for 10. And he is resistant to fighting type. Here we go. We have a reverse hollow Spoopa. Got an HP of 70 there. Protect. Flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. He also has Tackle for 30. Now, I have quite a few Spoopa, but I don't really know if I have any Scatterbug yet, which is quite strange. Wow, and my very first rare of this whole booster box is a Hollow Xerneas. This is awesome. He's definitely going to go in my Xerneas deck. So this is 120 HP there, and let me just kind of zoom in on the artwork. He looks very majestic. Wow. And the attack here, Rainbow Force, 10 plus. This attack does 30 more damage for each different type of Pokemon on your bench. That's interesting. The deck that I currently have my other Xerneas in, it's a Fairy and Psychic deck. It's not really Psychic so much. I think they're mostly Poison, but I think I also have normal type, so this could do for each different type of Pokemon on your bench. So if I had Fairy, Normal, and Psychic, that would be 100 damage from Rainbow Force there. You also have Power Creation, which is 80 plus. If this Pokemon was healed during this turn, this attack does 80 more damage. Wow. I bet I could think of some good combinations of Pokemon that have healing powers. I believe in the original XY set, there's the Mr. Mime has like a massage attack. So that might be pretty interesting to do in tandem. We have Skyla as a supporter. Search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Shuffle the deck afterward. Oops. And we have a Starmie with some cool art. 90 HP for this Starmie. Has Deep Sea Swirl. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 7 cards. Balance Bind for 30. If you and your opponent have the same number of benched Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, which is pretty cool. And last up, we have Dedenne, with some friends there. We got Pancham, and we also have Chespin. I believe that's Chespin. We got 60 HP. Again, that's a very common starting base HP nowadays. Remember, it used to be 40. We have Thundershock for 10. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And I believe this is the first time I've ever seen this. He's actually resistant to Steel-type Pokemon. I really like how cute this artwork is. So that was the end of the first pack. Just going to, I forgot to put these guys separately. Can't believe I already got a Hollow Xerneas. That's awesome. Just gonna start some separate piles here so I don't get things mixed up. And we're gonna move on to what looks like a golden Zoroark. I guess that's a break Zoroark. Again, I'm not too 100% on the terminology yet. So first we have a Skidoo, and it looks like he's being ridden by his trainer. I always liked that feature in the new games, but I never really did it too often, to be honest. His first attack is Razor Leaf for 10, and then we have Rising Lunge for 20+. Flip a coin. If heads, his attack does 20 more damage, and he has an HP of 70. That's not too bad for a basic Pokemon. Next we have Noibat. 60 HP, and he is a normal type. He's got Mysterious Beam. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. And then a Simple Gust for 2 energy. Resistant to fighting and weak to electric type. We also have a Swinub for 60 HP. Powder Snow. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. And Mudslap for 40. Now it is pretty interesting that they decided to make this Swinub a fighting type, because I normally associate him, with the Powder Snow and as an ice type. His weakness is grass as well. I guess it's just because of the Mudslap attack that they decided to make him fighting. Interesting. And Ralts. I have quite a few different types of Ralts now. He looks like he's playing with a kindergartner there. 60 HP. Nap, heal 30 damage from this Pokemon, and Smack for 20. And we have a Pansear, 60 HP, and Fury Swipes. Flip 3 coins, this attack does 10 damage times the number of heads. I like the art in this one as well. And for the reverse holo, we have a Bronzor, Steel type and 60 HP. He has an attack called Payback. If your opponent has only one prize card left, this attack does 60 more damage, so it would do 70 total. That's pretty epic. I like the, especially the holographic look of the Steel type Pokemon. Very cool. My rare in this pack is a Noctowl, 90 HP and normal type, high flight, 20 damage times the number of item cards reveal in both hands, and speed dive for 70. I don't know if I'll be able to use this one because I think I only have 1 or 2 Hoothoot, but maybe I'll get some more Hoothoot. Obviously Noctowl's in this deck, so I assume I would get some. We got weakness to electric and resistant to fighting. And a Kirlia doing some DDR. We have Beckon. Put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand, and Quick Turn. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 30 damage times the number of heads. And 80 HP there. As you can see in the background, there's a Starmie as well as a Mr. Mime. Kind of getting their DDR on. And another Starmie. Oh, one more. We have a Sea King as well. 90 HP. Soaking Horn. 10+. If this Pokemon was healed during this turn, this attack does 80 more damage. That's pretty interesting. Similar to the Xerneas, but that would be 90 damage. Wow. Reckless Charge 40. This does 10 damage to itself. Okay. So that's pretty good as well. I guess I'll go ahead and put the reverse holo and the rare from each pack in the to be reviewed later section. So now we've got a Mega Mewtwo. I'm not sure if this is X or Y. I could never really keep them straight. I do like the look of this one more than this one. This one just kind of reminds me of Frieza for some reason from Dragon Ball Z. This one looks more like how I pictured Mewtwo's evolution to be. So to start off, we have a Goldeen to go with the Sea King that we just got. It also has Reckless Charge, but it only does 20. You still do 10 damage to yourself, unfortunately. And check out that art too. Though it's not quite as traditional looking as the other ones, I still like the style. And here we have Teddiursa. He's got 70 HP, and he does flop for 30. It's interesting, he's playing with some kids there. I guess the girl lost her hat. Maybe he's trying to go after it. I just like the colored pencil style of all these cards. Well, not all of them, but a good majority of them are. Oh, and here we go, a Scatterbug. It's got 30 HP, String Shot. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. We also have Tackle for 20. And he's in a very fall scene there, very autumnal. Ooh, I think I have an ultra rare coming up. Okay. Okay, calm down, guys. We got a Ralts, another Ralts, this time a different art. A little bit darker than the other one where he was playing with the kindergartners. Does 60 HP, and this one is a fairy type. Was the other one psychic? I believe it was psychic. We have Mumble for 10 and Magical Shot for 20. And a Pansage, 60 HP. Fury Swipes, 10 times 3 coin flips. And it looks like he's in the center of the big city, the one that was based off of France that I can't remember the name of. I need to replay X and Y again. Oh, and our reverse holo is actually a rare. It is a Vanillux. I think I've mentioned before, I don't really like the food-based Pokemon. But, I mean, it is a pretty strong card. Let's see here. 130 HP, Frigid Breath for 30. Until the end of your next turn, each player can't play any supporter or stadium cards from his or her hand. We have Deep Freeze for 70. Flip a coin. If heads, the opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. If tails, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Now see, this is one of those things where I would almost wish for the tails, because I would rather the Pokemon be confused, because that's permanent. Well, you know, unless they retreat, but... Go ahead and stick this one back here. Oh my goodness, it's a full art Mewtwo EX. Wow, that's so awesome. I haven't gotten a Mewtwo card for forever. Whoa. I love how these feel. They make the best noises. Wow, that's so cool. And it's got like a golden outline too. So let's see, this Mewtwo EX is Psychic type, has 170 HP. His attack here, Photon Wave, does 30 damage, and it says during your opponent's next turn, any damage done by attacks from the defending Pokemon is reduced by 30 before applying weakness and resistance. And then he has Cyburn for a straight 120 damage. Wow. So awesome. So this is number 157 out of 162. That's interesting because it said there were 160 on the back of the pack, and then I assume there might be some secret rares as well. Wow. Okay, you can go back there. We also have Reserved Ticket, an item card. Flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for a card. Shuffle your deck, then put that card on top of it. And another DDR Curlia. Aw, and a Prinplup. So cute. Got an 80 HP there. Ice Beam for 30. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. That's awesome. So I guess there's a Piplup in this one too. I've always wanted to make a Piplup all the way up deck, but I've never actually gotten enough of them to make a full deck. And Polion was definitely my bro going through that series in the games. Well, so that was a pretty good pack there. I had a rare reverse holo as well as Mewtwo EX full art. So let's see if this Mewtwo... Oh yeah, and that was a Mewtwo pack too. That's awesome. Let's see if this Mewtwo pack has something good for me as well. So starting off, we have a Meowth who looks like he's wandering a desert. They always give Meowth like some funny cards, especially in the newer series. I guess because he was such a feature in the anime. So he has 60 HP and an attack here called Exhausted Tackle. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. If tails, he does 30 damage to himself. Well, I don't know if I would exactly use you in the game, but interesting card nonetheless. And we have a Ghastly. He has 50 HP and an attack called Sleep Poison. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now sleep and poisoned. I could see that messing with somebody's plans. He's weak to dark type and resistant to fighting type. I believe that's the first time that I've ever seen a Ghastly with that typing. We also have an Elgium. He's got 50 HP and it looks like he's looking at his own reflection. His attack here is called Psych Up for 10. During your next turn, this Pokemon Psych Up attack does 20 more damage. That's pretty cool. So you'd be able to do 30 damage if you just kept doing this attack from only one energy card. Here's that Axio again. He's still eating this type of fruit. I wonder if there's some sort of thing where like he really likes this type of fruit. But he has extra chop for 20 this time. He needs a steel type energy card, and it says this Pokemon does 10 damage to itself. And also Dragon Claw for fighting and steel type for 40. Interesting. Oh, and there's a Froakie too. Looks like he's got like his mom or something in the back. This Froakie has 50 HP and a simple pound for 10. The reverse holo in this pack is a Doduo, and it looks like he's also on the back of that van there as kind of their mascot. That's cute. And here we go. He has 60 HP, double stab, flip 2 coins. This attack does 10 damage times the number of heads. And Doduo delivery, draw 2 cards. Oh, so I guess it's a delivery van in the back. Again, I just like how these kind of shine. He's resistant to fighting type and weak to electric. Ooh, and the rare in this pack is a Florges. 110 HP, and he's a fairy type. I think I could also use this in my fairy / Xerneas deck. I don't have a Florges yet, so that's really cool. Calming Aroma. Each of your Pokemon's attack costs 1 fairy energy less. That's awesome. And Wondershine for 70. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Wow, that's pretty epic. Though I guess it makes sense because Floette doesn't really do that much. At least I haven't really used her that much whenever I played with that tech. And we have Behem, which evolves from the Elgyem, 90 HP, and it has an attack called Mind Bullet. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon times the number of energy attached to that Pokemon. Don't apply weakness or resistance for benched Pokemon. He also has Psybeam for 50. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. That's pretty cool. It definitely looks like it has some pastel art in there. And we have Quilladin, who evolves from Chespin. It's got 90 HP, and it looks like he's... Is that a roller coaster? Or just like a monorail? He has Tackle for 20. And Pin Missile. Flip 4 coins. This attack does 40 damage times the number of heads. So if you manage to get all 4, that'd be 160 damage. That's pretty good. And we have a Vanillish, who actually has a really cool looking art card. All the little snowflakes in there. It's very pretty. It almost looks like it should be a holo card. I just still can't take it seriously though, because it's like, you're an ice cream cone. Like, what? You're a Pokemon, but you're an ice cream cone. Oh well. It's got 70 HP. Ice Edge for 10 plus. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. Icy Wind for 30. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. So that's pretty cool. You can probably use them in tandem with the Vanillix back here. And whoops, I forgot to put the rare and reverse holo back here. Whoops, having some card difficulties there. So our next pack is Mewtwo again. So I haven't gotten any of those breakthrough cards yet, but I'd reckon I probably will because I've got an entire booster box to go through. Oops. Ooh, that one ripped very cleanly. That's very satisfying. So first up here we have a Pancham. If my thing would focus, there we go. He has a lot of really pretty flowers in the background. Seems very happy. Now I wonder if that's an actual leaf or if it's like part of the Pokemon himself. I also wondered that with Farfetch'd, whether the Negi was I think we might have a breakthrough card. Whether the Negi on or the Green Onion, sorry, Japanese got in there for a sec, that Farfetch'd carries is a like part of the Pokemon, or if he just kind of like carries it around. So here we have Pompous Punch for 10. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. And then we have another Pansear, kind of doing like a Dragon Ball Z style move. Shooting out some flames. Aw, and a little Vanillite. Pretty cute. Looks kind of pop art compared to the other two in this series that were more detailed. So 50 HP, and the first attack is Stiffen. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 20, and Icy Snow for 20. And we have a Panpour, so that's cool. We've got Panpour, Pansage, and Pansear now. And again, he has Fury Swipes, just 10 times 3 coin flips. It's kind of interesting how they decided to do the art on this card, because he's very, like, pop anime style, and then we have a very detailed background. Not quite sure if you can see it on the camera. And then we have Ralts, the kindergarten Ralts again. And yes, he was psychic type, so that's interesting. There's a psychic and a fairy type Ralts in this series. And here we go, our very first breakthrough card. This is a Zoroark Break. Woo! It's kind of hard to film because it's so shiny. Wow. So this is a dark type, got 140 HP there. And I don't know if you can see, it's kind of like little squares, and each of those little sections is holographic. It's pretty cool. Break Evolution Rule. Zoroark Break retains the attacks, abilities, weaknesses, resistance, and retreat costs of its previous evolution. So I guess he just kind of gains this foul play, which says choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. That's pretty cool. So I wonder if you would get to keep the type advantage for that, or, well, I guess it would just, it says it retains the same type that it was, so I guess not. So he's like a big golden Zoroark with a little electricity going through him. That's really cool. Go ahead and stick you back here. Oh, that's interesting. Wait a second. I didn't get a reverse holo in this pack in the place it normally is. This is a, it's got like the silver star there. It's 92 out of 162. But then when I go to this card, the Simisage, it's also a rare, but there were no reverse holos in this pack. Okay, well, this Simisage has 90 HP, an attack called Fire Fling. Put 3 fire energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. That's a really specific thing there. We have Hand Fling. This attack does 10 damage times the number of cards in your hand. So I see how those work together, but I mean, I guess you'd have to have a combination grass fire deck for this work. We also have a Mewtwo Spirit Link. Your turn does not end if the Pokemon this card is attached to becomes Mega Mewtwo EX. Pretty cool. I hope I get one, considering I have the Mewtwo there. I guess I'll put this Simisage back there because it is a rare. Oh, and we have a Go-Goat. 120 HP and Overrun for 10. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistance. Hornleech. Wow, 90 and you heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. That's pretty awesome. I just need another Skidoo now. Or Skiddo? I call it like Skidoo, but there's definitely only one O. And we have Swoobat. Again, not my favorite design, but at least they have a pretty cool artwork. It almost looks like watercolors, and then they put some colored pencil over top of it. But it's just like, I mean, what even is your tail? It's supposed to be like a heart? I don't know. I just can't with his design. We have Wave Amplification. During your next turn, this Pokemon's returning Echo attack does 60 more damage. So it could do 120. And then Returning Echo says, flip a coin. If tails, return this Pokemon and all cards attached to it to your hand. Well, that's pretty lame. Well, lame or cool, depending on whether you want it to happen. But since it only takes 1 energy to do that attack, I guess it's not so bad. Interesting card. Cool, so we got our first break card there, as well as another regular rare. So I wonder if that means you have the possibility of getting a break as your reverse holo and a holo rare. I guess we'll find out, huh? We've got another Mewtwo pack. And starting off with a Remoraid, which we've already taken a look at. And a little claymation Snowball, or I guess just clay figurine, doesn't have to be claymation, but it's so cute. I always liked how they're like all pink and cutesy, but they have like the grumpiest face on. He's like the original grumpy cat. So this Snubbull is fairy type, has 70 HP, roar attack. Your opponent switches his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her benched Pokemon, and then has bite for 40. Interestingly, weak to steel type and resistant to dark type. We also have a Magnemite here, 60 HP, shock generator. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, and lightning ball for 20. So there are two other Magnemite in the back there. It almost looks like he's evolving and turning into Magneton. And he is, again, I'm seeing the electric type Pokemon there being resistant to steel type or metal type Pokemon. It's pretty interesting considering he's also a steel type, kind of. Oh, this is a really cute Pikachu. Look at him. Aww. Now, I always preferred Chubby Chew, but this one almost looks like a meerkat. So this Pikachu has 60 HP, has a Gnaw for 10, and Agility for 10. Flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. It's kind of funny because he looks like he's about to run off, like he's seen something. Very cute. Again, resistant to steel type. Ooh, and there's a different Noibat. This one has really cool, like, eyes. I don't know if you can see. So he's normal type again, 50 HP, and Blot is the attack. 10 and heal 10 damage from this Pokemon. Interesting. We have a reverse hollow Cyndaquil here now. Very cool. I like the combination of the shiny background and the like color pencil pastel style artwork. And of course it has like some little fire symbols in the back. And the rare in this pack is a Mr. Mime. It's got 70 HP, is fairy type. He has an ability here called Bench Barrier. Prevent all damage done to your benched Pokemon by attacks. And Juggling. Flip 4 coins. This attack does 10 damage times the number of heads. And it looks like he's helping wash some skyscrapers, and he's very happy about it. Mr. Mime is always kind of one of those creepy Pokemon, but at least they're trying to make him look not quite so weird. Also, like, he's got like some bat wing ears. I don't even know. Ooh, and a Quilava. That's cool. There have been a lot of different basic or starter Pokemon in this series so far, which I think is really cool. I've always wanted to make a Quilava and such deck, but I never had enough of the evolved forms. I have quite a few different Cyndaquil now, though, so that would be cool to make a deck with a whole bunch of different ones. So this Quilava has 80 HP, an attack called Mini Eruption. Discard the top card of your deck. If that card is an energy card, this attack does 30 more damage, so that would be 60. Pretty cool. And we have another Go-Goat. Now I just need to get some Skiddo so I can put him in a deck. Ooh, and a Pinsir. I have quite a few really good Pinsir cards, and it looks like this one isn't going to be another. As a basic Pokemon, he has 100 HP, an attack called Overhead Throw for 1 energy, does 30 damage, and does 20 to one of my benched Pokemon. That would be cool if you used him in tandem with Mr. Mime, who has that bench barrier. He also has an attack called Heavy Suplex, does 40 damage, plus this attack does 20 more damage for each energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. There we go. That's pretty cool. So if it was something who had like a retreat cost of 4 energies, something really big, maybe like a Snorlax, wow, that would do so much damage. Like 120. Put Mr. Mime back there. Okay, so we've got 3 more packs to open in this first part. Let's see, I guess we'll keep going in order. Looks like another Houndoom there. Guess I'll try this end. First up, we have a Zorua, which is very needed since I have that Zoroark break. He's got 60 HP, is Dark type, and has an attack called Moonless Madness. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. That's a pretty good starting attack. And then Dark Edge for 30. Discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. And he is weak to fighting and resistant to Psychic type. So this is a Meowth again, as he's wandering the desert, being kind of goofy. Another Bronzor, not reverse hollow this time, unfortunately. Oh, nice, another Skiddo. And we have a Paris. That's pretty cool. He's got 60 HP and again Blot. Like the Noibat. Heal 10 damage from this Pokemon, and he does 10 damage. Pretty cool. He's in a very futuristic looking city back there. Oh, and it looks like he's the very first Pokemon in this entire series. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at the set list after I'm done opening and see if I'm missing any cards. So we have a reverse hollow Behem. Again, looking cool. I always think the eye symbol for the psychic is kind of creepy. Ooh, and as the rare in this pack, we have a hollow Mismagius. Very cool. I know I have a few Mischievous, but I'll have to go back into my card stash and find them. I've never really had a reason to put them in the deck, but I guess now I do. He's got 90 HP, an ability here called Twisted Incantation. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may have your opponent shuffle his or her hand into his or her deck and draw a card for each of his or her remaining prize cards. That could be good or bad. Curse Deeply, 60 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. He is weak to Dark type, or I guess she is weak to Dark type, and resistant to fighting. This isn't like the strongest holo card in terms of the actual holographicness, I guess because it's kind of dark, but I still really like it. It's very Halloween themed. Ooh, and we have a Frogadier. Very nice. Be cool to have. Man, there are just so many starter cards in this deck. It's pretty cool. We have, interesting, his only attack is Cut for 30. You would think they would get like Bubble Beam or something. And it got another little Froakie in the background. We also have a Staravia, which evolves from Starly. 80 HP. Glide for 20, and a flip, quick attack for 30. Flip a coin. If heads, it does 30 more damage. That's actually really good. Normally, quick attack, you only get like 10 more if you get a heads. Cool, cool. Weak to electric and resistant to fighting. Ooh, and another Pinsir. That's cool. He's a really good card in most sets that I've opened that have him in it. Cool, so this one had a holo rare. Very nice. And was the Behem? No, the Behem was uncommon. Would have been cool to get a rare reverse holo as well. Got two more here for this pack opening section. Got another of the Break Zoroark. It's cool that I got to have one of the, I guess, not really title characters, but cover art characters. Oops. And first up we have a Cubone. Cubone always being so sad. There's a mom and child there, and obviously the Cubone's kind of harumphing because, well, it's kind of creepy, but he's wearing the skull of the mom, and I assume holding the bone of her too. But they're at a amusement park, it looks like. Everybody's having fun with their family, and he's all just like being grumpy. The attack here is a Whimsy Tackle for 50. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. And next up we have a Sandshrew. It's got 60 HP. Double Scratch. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 10 damage times the number of heads. And Sand Tomb for 20. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. I like Sandshrew. He's really cute. I used Sandshrew quite a lot actually in my recent TCG Game Boy playthrough deck. And we have a Flabébé, 30 HP, and an attack called Wish. Flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. And it looks like there's some sort of like fight going on up here. Is that what that is? Interesting. It almost looks like I'm not sure. But it's all like, oh, I'm just in a field, and if there's like a fight going on up there, that's pretty funny. Oh, and a little Fennekin, so cute. It's got 50 HP, an attack called Fire Breathing. 10 plus flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. That's pretty cool, and you don't even have to discard an energy card. He's in a little clover patch there. Oh, so cute. And we have a little Starly. 50 HP, and his only attack, unfortunately, is Call for Pals. Search your deck for as many Starly as you like and put them on your bench. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Never a fan of cards that can't at least attack a little bit. It's too bad. And we have a reverse holo Elgyem. That's cool, so I have an Elgyem and a Behem reverse. Rare in this pack is a Hawlucha. He's a basic Pokemon and he has 80 HP, has High Jump Kick for 20 and Skyward Kick for 40, which is not affected by resistance. I just thought this was a cool combination of, you know, fighting and a bird. Definitely not been done before, but I also like how he's kind of like, even though he's got the, like, he's obviously a bird, but he looks very human-like. I don't know. He's got like big muscular arms and stuff. It was just a cool concept, I guess. He is weak to electric type and resistant to fighting, oddly enough. And then I have a Judge. Each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck and draws 4 cards. I haven't gotten too many supporter or item cards so far in this opening. Oh, I say that, yet here we go. It's a town map that looks interestingly like a DS. Turn all your prize cards face up. Those prize cards remain face up for the rest of the game. That's pretty cool. That could be very helpful. I said I didn't get very many supporter items, and now I've got a ton. This one is called Buddy Buddy Rescue. Each player puts a Pokemon from his or her discard pile into his or her hand. Well, I wouldn't want them to be able to do that. I might as well just use a card that lets me just pick one. Okay. Looks like we're on the last pack of this opening. Part 1. Believe it or not, we still have 3 more of these length videos to go through. And I hope I get something good. Oh! Okay. That was kind of a fail. Let's try, ooh, okay. There we go. And first up, we have a Staryu, relaxing in what looks like a port city. And this Staryu has 60 HP and continuous spin. Flip a coin until you get tails. It does 10 damage times the number of heads. That's pretty cool. A lot of the Staryu that I have a base HP of 40, so that's at least nice. It's too bad it doesn't have a higher damage attack, but not too bad for 1 HP, or 1 energy card rather. And we have the Doduo again, with his moving van in the background. Or a Doduo delivery. And there's another Ghastly. Kind of looks like he's in a library. Oh, maybe he's in the that like castle in the XY series. And another Spritzy with very cute artwork. It looks like he's in a department store. I guess that would make sense because Spritzy is kind of like a I think of him as like a perfume Pokemon or something. I think one of his evolved forms has like a sweet scent attack. And we have Cacnea. Very cute. He's got some real life cacti back there, and he's a little figurine. He has 60 HP and an attack called Swagger. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Pretty interesting. He looks like a very happy Cacnea. Though I believe Cacturne is a dark type. Maybe he's dark and grass. And a reverse holo this time is Heavy Ball. Search your deck for a Pokemon with a retreat cost of 3 or more. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's oddly specific, but like I don't know why you wouldn't just put like a regular Ultra Ball in. But I appreciate that they're trying to do different Pokeball types. Oh, and we have a Raichu as our rare. He looks like he's ready to fight. He's got 90 HP. He's kind of kicking up a little storm there. And his attack here is Thunderclap Shot. This attack does 50 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon EX. But otherwise, I guess it doesn't do any damage. And we have Electro Smash for 70+. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 20 more damage. That's pretty cool. So opportunity to do 90. Very cute little Raichu. Well, I guess he's not that little. He's like 66 pounds. And we have another Behem with his little colored fingers. And another Quilava. I like the style. It's kind of like he's got like little embers coming off of him. And like he has a mohawk too. Ooh, and a Wobbuffet with a very interesting barrier there. Kind of like a rainbow barrier. A basic Pokemon and 100 HP. He's psychic type. And he has an attack called Mirror Barrier. Flip a coin. If heads, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks during your opponent's next turn. He also has an attack called Rolling Tackle for 50. I always like how his attack has like his tail has like the little eyes. I don't know if you guys have actually thought about it, but I kind of think like the tail is like the mastermind, and then this is just kind of like a punching bag, you know? Wow, that's just how I like to think about it. Like he's the actual Pokemon, and this is just like the little thing that you beat up. Okay, so that was the first 9 booster packs of this entire booster box. I'll be doing 3 more videos to get through this whole booster box. So, I'm sure you guys saw all the rares and reverses, but we'll go ahead and cycle through them, make a few standard ASMR card noises, and then I will see you in the next opening section.